Hello everyone, Warhammer back with episode 4 of our Sail the Faithless campaign. We have dealt with the Chaos Dwarves, but now we've got Village who's been backstabbing us. So we have to deal with him now. We were able to wipe out 2 of his units in a siege battle, but he's replaced those with regiments of renown, it looks like. At least one here, follows of the Great Eagle. But pretty actually scary army for us just because of the sheer amount of large units. He has 3 trolls, 1 chaos spawn, a chariot, doom knights, and then marauder horsemen, and we don't have a lot of range, so I don't think we have a chance to. I mean, we have to fight this now. If we just let him push us, run us over, we're gonna have a lot of trouble. So have to win this battle. Unfortunately for us, we don't really have great spells to deal with characters. Characters or large units. I guess our Familiar Noble can do pretty good against that, but it is going to be very, very tough. Let's go right into it and hopefully we can win the day. Alright, we're going after Village. Or maybe he's actually coming after us with quite an army. 2 Chaos Trolls on this side. Some Spawn of Tzeentch, and another Chaos Troll, along with Marauders, and a few Chaos Warriors. I think only one, actually. 1 Chaos Warrior of Tzeentch. And normal Chaos Warriors with Halberds, but they are not the Tzeentch variant, so they don't have the barrier. But Village has the support of a Chaos Sorcerer from the lower metal. But we are just trying to get some early damage in with Sail the Faithless. He does really well against infantry. We have really high spell mastery, so we can do quite a bit of damage. Gonna throw it on Chain Lightning there, but I think it's gonna come in just not quite fast enough, so we don't quite get the heart of all these infantry right there. But here's a Nightmawk gonna come in, wreck some of these Chaos Warriors and Pink Cores and stuff, get some early damage in. Fortunately, the barrier does absorb a lot of that damage, but for us, our army is mostly healthy. We have a few units in the back that are just a teeny bit damaged. But we have a Marauder Bearman ready to take the frontal assault. The Familiar Noble, he is actually going to be super, super important in this battle. He has anti-large, heals with generation, and gives bonus to missile resist nearby, along with this big old buff in favor of the Matriarch. But Doom Knights can be really, really nasty in this matchup for us, because we actually have some large units that we don't want to lose. Especially if they go after, like, Sail with their anti-large halberds, that can be really nasty. But we're going to start using those 2 ones in magic. Uranon's Thunderbolt. Try to get some good armor-piercing damage onto these more heavily armored units. But now they're going to come straight for us. Sail does have a pretty good barrier. 300, so we're going to absorb any of the early range fire, hopefully. Another Uranon's Thunderbolt. Actually going to be a much better hit on those Chaos Warriors of Tzeentch. For us, though, mostly Marauders. We only have a few ranged units. We have 2 Marauder Hunters with Javelins and 1 with the Throwing Axes. So we do have some anti-large bonus missiles. What's going to be difficult? Big Fireball there. Actually gets 12 kills on a Fireball. That's pretty impressive. The Searing Doom looks like coming down. Well, we're striking with lightning in the back, but we avoid most of the Searing Doom. But the Chaos Horde advances. I guess we're kind of Chaos too, but Norsca, so we're less Chaos inclined. But Sail's still doing really well. Big old pendulum right there, trying to take out some of this range firepower with the Pink Cores and the Marauder Horseman. Marauder Horseman, I've learned, can be really, really nasty for a faction like us that does not have a lot of range firepower. But just these early Marauders, they pulled back the Bearmen. I'd rather sacrifice these guys to the charge from the Chaos Trolls. Yes, Doom Knights jumping in on Sail, trying to get that anti-large damage onto him, but we have some Marauders we're going to throw after them, try to absorb some of that. But the Pink Cores are throwing their little magic bolts after us on this side. Chaos Chariots, this is the followers of the Great Eagle, so it is Regiment of Renown. Going to be trying to get some damage. We kept Bearman over here because we needed something strong to hold back all this stuff. Spawn of Tzeentch coming in. Kirstetten coming in over to help. He has high weapon strength, so hopefully we'll be able to get some good damage on the chariots. Familiar Noble trying to take out the Chaos Trolls. And these Marauder Spearmen. Another pendulum in the back and that not coming in. But Village is coming at us with quite a strong army. Our early Marauders kind of get rolled over, and some of our Javelins as well, getting caught in melee. So we're trying to run in some guys to run block maneuvers for us. Sail took quite a bit of damage. We finally got him out, but he is regenning with his heal, but it does give him a weakness to fire, which is really bad against Zinch. So if they target him, he's going to take extra damage. But some of our range stuff coming back now. Marauder Hunters now trying to take out these trolls. Famir Noble we sent over to try to fight Village, because we actually want to keep him out of combat as much as possible, actually, because Village, if you didn't know, has a really good ability that boosts his melee stats and spell mastery the longer he's in melee. So if we can avoid that, he'll be much easier to kill over the course of this battle. But starting to target down my Kirstetten quite a bit, and he also cannot take a whole lot of damage. He does get a heal if he's below 50%, but it is nice because it actually doesn't give us the fire weakness like regeneration normally does. WEREBEAR, great weapons, taking out the spawn of Zinch. There's a blue fire Zinch coming down right there, and a big old thunderbolt from our side onto these halberds. Weakening them up quite a bit. We are relying heavily on Sail to win this battle. Throwing axes going into the trolls, and we have our spawn of Nurgle that we got from my dilemma. He replaced one of our Kurgan horsemen, unfortunately, which Chaos Chariot still being super annoying. They've lost a lot of HP, but still 3 out of 4 models left. Village, kind of trading blows with the Famir Noble. He has very good defensive stats, 76 melee defense. We have 58 melee attack, but we do have Sunder Armor, so that will help a little bit, trying to weaken him. But the Giant taking a lot of focus fire again. Our front line over here is just desperately holding back these trolls while we try to get some units in over here and help out and try to shut down these pink cores. Oh, so are they these the exalted pink cores? Oh, they are. These guys are nasty. They're very good in melee still. But Flockandoom coming down from our Kirstetten. Wound Collar. And a Pendulum from Sail also does quite a bit of damage. But our front line is not doing very well. Looks like that's actually going to be a Searing Doom. It's going to be quite effective on a big old blob right there. Our Kurgan Horsemen coming back. They got routed off after trying to go after some of those Marauder Horsemen, but we have started to rally a little bit. Left flank is mostly secure. We finished off the Chariots and the spawn of Zinch, but still got high tier units left. Might be a Nightmaw coming down right there. Going after those Marauders, along with the Wind Blast. Alright, spawn and Nurgle holding out. We're losing models pretty quick though, but they do have Cloud of Fly, so they're getting extra melee defense while they're in melee. And the Famir Noble is nearby to help. Village down about half HP, but he's being surrounded by armor piercing stuff from our Marauder Bearmen with great weapons. And we are trying to target them with our range now. Sail took quite a bit of damage, but he's got his barrier back for a little bit. 311 kills, but almost 5,000 value. Like, he is the absolute reason we are winning a lot of these battles. With that extra 30% damage, really comes in clutch. But battle is ours, but not at the expense of almost our entire army. Took a lot of damage, but we used this extra time, healed 2 of our characters back up with regen. Right, that was kind of scary. I think Village, actually, the fact that Village didn't cast a whole lot played out really well for us. The Chaos Sorcerer of Metal actually used a lot of the magic, so he didn't get that trait he has built up a lot that gives him extra melee defense. Well, actually, just extra melee stats in general. But holy crap, we took a lot of damage, though. We kept everything alive. I didn't look to see if there's any regiments of renown we wanted, but we just need to get... Ooh, okay, this is Norskins, but this is our bread and butter. It's all infantry. It's all stuff we can deal with pretty handily. So we'll fight this one real fast. Oh man, Village's faction just won't leave us alone, but this time it's his vassal coming after us. And coming after our secondary army with quite a force, lots of marauders, and they're all getting barrier because there's Nietzsche's vassal. But our shaman sorcerer is leading the starting army. Cell is coming as reinforcements in over a minute. He is on a chariot, but he just lost his barrier very, very quickly, and these marauder horsemen can actually do a lot of damage. So we have to be very, very careful. I was just trying to bring him close to get some spirit leeches onto the enemy great shaman, but a lot of marauder horsemen. Holy crap. 3, 6 of them, 7 right there. So these guys can be very nasty, and we don't have a lot of mobility or range of our own to be able to catch up to these guys. So I'm just kind of trying to sacrifice these guys, try to keep the full health ones alive as long as possible, bring them over here and invade, capture. Our great shaman sorcerer is rethinking his life right now after going near these guys because they're going to target him down very, very quickly. Chaos chariots are nice for the armor, but it makes them a bigger target, so those throwing axes and javelins going to be able to find their mark. We have some Marauder Horsemasters too, so these guys have 50 armor compared to the 15 of the Marauder Horsemen. But Sail's army is going to be coming in, still damaged from our battle with Village, but our characters are almost all the way back up to full from regen. And we'll have plenty of magic to be able to deal with this stuff. It's just a matter of getting out in time to try and save some of our other stuff a little bit. Hopefully we can keep this great Shaman Sorcerer alive, because this is honestly just very, very nasty. But our army's coming in. Sail not going to wait. He's just going to go and try to save our other guy from your noble as well. This guy's an absolute Chad. Magic attacks under armor, huge bonus, large bonus, and the armor piercing, plus some great abilities like Favorite of the Matriarch for leadership and melee attack to nearby units. And he also gives missile resist and has some nice ward save and resistances from some of the items we gave him. Kurastatin has been hitting its healing cap every time and just maxing out at the 50% HP threshold. Yeah, our Great Shaman Sorcerer getting very, very low, with below 1,000 HP already. We are just trying to evade the best we can, get him in range of our other stuff. Sail coming up to try to help a little bit, although he does take some javelins as well. Sail has a little bit more armor, and he regens, so he's a little bit... we're a little bit more comfortable having him take damage. But on the far side, our spears over here just absolutely getting decimated. I was just trying to get them close enough to the edge of the map, or maybe they just run off so that they would survive somehow. But Chain Lightning coming in this big old group that's bunched up around our Familiar Noble. Chain Lightning and the Pendulum going to do a fair amount of damage. But we're trying to focus down the Marauder Horsemen. I can deal with the Marauder Infantry very, very easily. But the Marauder Horsemen are just absolute pains in the butt. We've only got Kurgan Horsemen, which have the same speed, so we actually can't catch them in melee with our cavalry. So we're trying to focus down the Horsemasters first. These are the big threats to us. The enemy lord does have Spirit Leech, but it looks like he's run out of magic for a while, or decided not to use it. But Kurastatin coming over to get some support with Terror. Sail kind of getting trapped in here, but start throwing down some more magic here, and on Thunderbolt right there, I think. Trying to use that to conserve our ones of magic. That only costs 2, so it doesn't make our reservists run out very, very fast. Lets us be able to cast spells the entire time and keep them under control. But a lot of Marauders coming in the back with some support from the Horsemasters. Water Bearmen, engaging them in melee, just trying to hold them back, keep our missile units from being overwhelmed. Yeah, Rune Caller holding down some spells right there. Doom and Darkness on top of these Marauders, trying to get them to break so Cell can get out of combat. But we've done okay now, trying to take out some of these Marauder Horsemasters. Our Kurgans are still healthy. They haven't lost any models yet, but I didn't want them to take too much damage. So we're going to try to chase these units that are already broken off. But the Rune Caller going to come over. Spirit Leech coming down, and our Marauder Hunters. Actually, kind of a poor choice by that Great Shaman Sorcerer of the enemy. we're doing some good damage now. You can see some of Sail's cool animations. I liked the little like death rays he shot from his fingers. That was pretty cool. We have tried to use Shuckling's Teeth on the enemy Lord as well. Shuckling's Teeth does really big damage to characters. But we're having a little bit of trouble getting into place. But they're trying to go after my Giant. I'm okay if they want to go for the Giant. He'll heal. And the Flock of Doom coming down. Spirit Leech on our part, we're actually want to try to do... Oh no, actually it was on their side. They were throwing it on our spawn of Nurgle, trying to finish them off. Sail, like 40% HP. On the far side, they finally driven off my units over here. I wanted them to rout earlier, so they'd run off the battlefield, but looks like it's not going to happen. So, it's a little skirmishing still. We've got a fair amount of infantry still left. Our guys are pretty damaged from our Battlewood Village. But there's our Spirit Leech going down on the enemy Lord, just trying to finish him off. That leadership penalty. Minus 16. That's a big reason we just actually finished off the battle right there. But we'll take as much time as we can. Try to get some health back with our characters and the Giant. Ooh, that was actually quite a nuisance. Man, the Marauder Horsemen are just... If I don't have range to deal with them, they're super, super hard to kill off. And we almost lost our Lord as well. Replenishment doesn't do a whole lot. Let's take the money. 1,000 gold is... No, gosh, what? Leave me alone. And I have to fight these because we would lose so much otherwise. Luckily, this army is mostly infantry. Just leave me alone already. We defeated one of the Norscan vassals' army, but he's bringing another one. With some reinforcements as well. Part of the army that we just took on. But Sail's coming in once again. He'll be here earlier by about 15 seconds. That'll give us a good chance to hopefully array our forces so we're not attacked in the back. But our Marauder Horse... no. Shaman Great Sorcerer. He's back, but he is very, very low. He has 584 HP and a teeny barrier from the last battle. So we are just trying to sneak him around, avoid these Marauder Horsemen, and come over here. But we get a Fate of Buna down, actually. Fate of Buna, very, very powerful spell, but it is very expensive. I didn't quite realize how much at the time. It's actually 19 Woods of Magic, and that's with a cost reduction of 3 from our skill line. But it pretty much will wipe out this Marauder Horseman, which is exactly what we need to do, at least break them off. Because they are the big threats. This Shaman Sorcerer is only level 1, so he's not mounted. He is Lord Metal, so certain Doom can be a problem, but we don't have too much armor right now, so hopefully the Bearmen can tough it out with their high HP. Yeah, these models, again, we just put them in the corner, trying to get them where they just get routed off, try to keep them alive a little bit. We'll see if it actually works out. But yeah, Fate of Buna did a very good job wiping out this unit, or at least getting them to rout. Now more Marauder Horse Masters coming after our guy up here, so we're just trying to save him best we can. Reinforcements from us are coming in. Sail going to go straight after some of these units, but looks like the reinforcements are going to come in at the same time as some of ours are getting on the battlefield. Spirit Leech going down on our Moon Caller. This Shaman Sorcerer, Great Shaman, is actually mounted, so he can be annoying to catch up to. Get rid of him. There's a Satan Doom coming on some of our Marauders, but we're just trying to take out the Horsemen for now. Our Mere Noble absolutely going to wreck this Great Shaman Sorcerer. Monster's Large not going to come into play, but he does a lot of damage. And right there, with the combination of that and the Giant gets a big hit off too. So I'm going to come in, try to block up some of those guys while our other Horsemaster... Horsemaster! Great Shaman Sorcerer comes in for a charge on his chariot, but he's getting shot. Trying to keep him healthy. Kurgan Horsemen over here engaging some of the enemy Marauder Horsemen. They will win this pretty handedly. Bonus Infantry doesn't come into play, but our stats are much better. So hopefully we can wipe them out quickly. These Chaos Chariots, though, prove to be very annoying. We don't have a lot of anti-large at the moment. Our missiles are kind of, well, not kind of, very, very damaged, and they're getting hit even more by some of these enemy horse masters. But there's Sails, Shockling's Teeth, going in, trying to get some damage right there. I'll wait for some of our magic to come back, but with one Lord dead, that has given us a bit of an edge. A lot of these units are routing off, but we still have these other guys to go with right there. Sail and the great weapons did some good damage to the chariots now, along with the Spawn of Nurgle. Spawn of Nurgle will be very good at this because they have very high armor piercing. Well, 55 relatively, but they do a lot of damage, and they're blocking the chariots from getting out with their mass. But Aspect of Dread coming in from the enemy to give them fear and terror, and the extra leadership just to try to get them to hold a little bit, but we get the victory. Hopefully for the last battle against these Norscans, they are proved to be very, very annoying. Man, just leave me alone. Although getting all this experience for our characters is nice. Yeah, the heal just affects these guys. It's not a lot of gold. We'll take the experience. Maybe that'll get this Great Shaman Sorcerer to rank 13. Not quite. Alright, we need raiding income though. I need to remember that. We need 607 more.
Conduit for the beyond.
Let's level you up though.
Of the dark god.
Fate of Bune? Man, Fate of Bune is so expensive. Even with the -3 cost, it's still 19. Holy crap. It's a very good spell, but man, is it expensive. I think we go up here now. So these can get some really good stuff for the army once we have more units to be in the army again.
Dark Seal.
Alright, I want Sel to lead the attack because I want him getting most of the experience. I want to get his War Shrine on the Mammoth. Yeah, I'd like to get stuff down here. Let's get that extra casualty replenishment and spoils and pillaging along with sacking. You're recruiting for Premier Nobles? Holy crap, I didn't notice that.
To survive, you must be prepared.
Right. In Shrouding Mist, this is great. So that increases the area of effect of the missile resist and melee defense buff. You already have a lot of missile resist. I don't think I need that right away. The extra weapon strength and unyielding assault is great since you're a big damage dealer.
Okay.
How's our army over here doing? Kind of scary actually. This guy might lead an attack with them marching to support. Can I reach that settlement actually?
You are nothing to
No, I cannot. Okay.
things. Yes. I must see to my.
So I might just have to get some regiments up and down to be able to hold them back.
That will incur my wrath. Born of winter.
Need some more missuits if I can. Riders of the Mighty Serpent. They get extra leadership and fear. There's an enemy nearby. Vanguard deployment. New psychology. Sure, let's get like them in the chariots. Oh no, the beasts of Tashnar are extra anti-large. They'll be very useful. I think that should be enough.
You will bring me victory.
With the garrison,
What now?
Sure Lord Metalcaster. These one Marauders get perfect vigor. Rub the Crow. Why do we get reduced armor? Should be getting his bonus armor, not reduced armor.
Read my wisdom. The your will.
Yep, you're going to continue to raid.
Done.
We're getting raided by the Beastmen too, of course. Upgrade the Voliary.
I cannot be swayed.
We'll be able to get some water champions after this, though.
None more resourceful.
And the regen on our characters is really coming clutch.
The price of my power was worth it.
Just have to fight these again just to try and minimize our casualties because we've taken so much damage recently. Extra leadership we'll put on the Kurgan Horseman and the Giant. Oh, we're finally gaining the upper hand.
The path to victory. And it
Last little remnant of these armies that came and attacked us to be dealt with. We were having to fight this just so we wouldn't have units wiped out. Auto-resolve basically would wipe out most of this army. But our secondary lord survived with 500 HP last time. And he'll be able to get a little bit more that he healed over the intern. But Cell the Faithless just coming in. Ooh, Shacklin's Teeth actually there does a lot of damage. Hits the Lord very, very low. But we don't really have another great spell to deal with him right away, so we're going to wait for Spirit Leech to come in with our secondary Lord. Trying to get some early damage in on this infantry. Pendulum actually does quite a bit. Barrier absorbed quite a lot of that damage though, but we can follow up with the Wind Blast. Wind Blast does really well against these lightly armored units, and with the bonus 30% damage from Sail, it's actually going to do very well. Along with the Euron's Thunderbolt come in and just barely going to miss though, unfortunately, because of the long wind-up time. But they're feeling the pressure now, so they're actually going to push forward. Trying to get some of those missiles in to Sail, but our Premier is going to come in and provide some extra missile resist with the Shrouding Miss. 10% missile resist for him is very, very nice, along with 20. Oh, I guess the 25% is just for our Lord right here, or for the hero, but yeah, 10% is helping out. We're just trying to tie them up. We're trying to avoid putting any of our units into melee. We want to take this army out just with our characters if we're able to, because both of these characters can heal from regen, so we'll use our best time to do that. Secondary Lord is coming in. I'll be here in a little bit. This is the enemy Spirit Leech on Premier Noble, but he really doesn't take very much damage from that. He has pretty high spell resist actually, 20%. So he'll be holding that okay. Nightmaw or Pendulum coming down. Looks like Nightmaw. Doesn't get very much damage on this Martyr Horseman. Chariots are trying to tie down Sail, which they have the mass to do so. We're trying to move around, not get caught up too much by that. But our other Lord, he has more HP now, 1700 and a 500 point barrier. Spirit Leech going to be very good at getting rid of this enemy Lord. One Spirit Leech should be enough to take him out. But Sail just trying to get some damage in. Use that Wind Blast to wipe out the hordes of Marauders who just don't want to leave us alone. Admiral Color coming in, avoiding range from the enemy, but going to be getting his bound Block of Doom in, along with maybe a Doom and Darkness pretty soon, but we're not going to keep him around too long. Enemy Lord goes down right there to our Spirit Leech. So that leadership penalty is going to do quite a wonder for us in routing most of these units. Looks like the last things that are holding up are just these Chaos Chariots and just barely over here. Premier Noble should raid this Martyr Great Weapons any second. And we're going to try to do some Spirit Leeches finish off these Chariots in just a little bit, but victory is ours. Again, use all the time we have to heal up our characters. Very, very close and nasty battles recently. Okay. Take that big old heal. Yeah, since I can't make it there. How much do I get for raiding this? 216 a turn? Okay, not bad. I'll leave this building alone for now, I think. You come and raid a little bit more as well. And we can't get any global recruit. Actually, only make 19. Let's bring you back. Oh, I don't have any recruitment options here. Okay, well, I guess that makes up my mind. Let's get this that gives us post-battle loot.
Enslave the summers.
Yeah, we still need to worry about this. Let's get some more ranged, I think. Mere Noble, level 15. Hardened skin, more armor, and more melee defense. Yes, please. And when this finishes, we'll be able to get another from your Noble. But, oh yeah, that bonus right there. I'll need 3 more levels in order to get that, so it probably won't happen before I can recruit another one, but...
Despoil and ravage. Conduit.
Any stuff for this that I want to do? Let's look at this. Well, it costs control to do this. For this one that gives us extra money. Spell intensity for local armies in province. That's going to count for sale. Let's do that, actually. This is going to freaking be jacked now as far as it comes to spells. Our manipulations as well. Right, because I think this guy's just going to attack. Right now, let's weaken him. Just to make sure we can keep the Dark Tower. Alright, how's our manipulations? Okay, we're still kind of high right now. So it can be 1 to 3. We are at, what? How do I see? We are at 12. So we have a chance to trigger another dilemma. Oh no, never mind, we're good. I don't feel like I need this right now, the other one. So, yep. Keep making me some money. Hopefully we'll get there, get BEARSTRUCK pretty fast. Oh, a Great Shaman Sorcerer got another level. Frenzy for you, melee attack and vigor loss reduction for the army, casualty replenishment, recruitment costs, recruitment capacity. Let's do that one since we're going to try to get this guy in army pretty soon. Right. Yeah, hopefully this guy does not march to the Dark Tower. Because it won't be a siege battle here. I'm going to guess it's going to be a settlement battle. This guy up here, he probably doesn't have enough strength to actually take this other settlement. So you might have to go back and replenish a little bit. Of course. Okay, Chaos Sorcerer Lord. And then, well, just a Chaos Lord, then a Chaos Sorcerer Lord right here. Got 3 Spawn of Tzeentch, 2 Trolls. Luckily, not too much ranged, actually. We've got a fair amount of Berserkers. We got the Regiment of Renown, plus 3 in the garrison. I feel like we can actually win this. Is this a field battle? No, it is a settlement battle. Okay, yeah, we can win this. We're at the Dark Tower. This is our faction capital. We are being attacked by 2 armies from Village, not Norscans, Village armies himself. So, it's pretty nasty units. Chaos Trolls, Pink Horrors. We got a Chaos Lord leading this attack, but a Chaos Sorcerer Lord coming in as reinforcements with some more Spawn of Tzeentch. Aspiring Champions, though. These guys are going to be an absolute menace. We are going to have to do our best to take them out quickly. Get some damage in with our javelins and stuff. We recruited some Regiments of Renown to make sure we didn't lose this. So we have the... where can I find them? The Serpents. One of the new Regiments of Renown horsemen. They're somewhere around here. I'll find them eventually. Right there. Nope. I'll find them eventually, but we have the Regiment of Renown Berserkers, Boots of the Hound. These guys are pretty awesome. So they are unbreakable. We have the Mark of Corn for Frenzy. Along with Berserk, they're going to build up a whole lot of melee attack and physical resist. Big old bonuses of infantry, so they can be very, very useful. We have 3 Marauder with Javelins and 2 with the Throwing Axes. Got them positioned over here to try to get some early damage into these Marauders and Aspiring Champions, hopefully. They're probably the biggest threat coming at us. The secondary army has 3 Spawn of Tzeentch, some Marauder Horsemen, Trolls, and Warhounds. Warhounds aren't a big deal. We have enough good stuff with anti-infantry to be able to deal with them. But we're building a tier 4 tower right here. We've split our forces mainly onto these 2 fronts, since they're coming in early and not waiting for the reinforcements. But still can be quite an issue. We have our Marauders fighting the Trolls with those Javelins coming in. Hopefully going to wreck him pretty quick. We also have the Beast of Tashnar, the Regiment of Renown Norscan Ice Wolves. These guys are actually anti-large, so it can be very useful taking down the Trolls throughout very, very quickly, but Pink Cores of Tzeentch have just enough range to actually outrange our Marauder Hunters up here, so they're getting some early damage in. There we are, the Riders of the Serpent. These are the new Regiment of Renown Marauder Horsemen, available to Norsca and Slaanesh. They have anti-large missiles, along with battle songs, so when they're nearby enemies, they'll get extra leadership and cause fear. Along with Mute Psychology from the Mark of Slaanesh and the Physical Resist. But here come the big old nasties, the Aspiring Champions. We do have a Great Shaman Sorcerer. He is part of the Lore of Metal, so we have access to Searing Doom, and we have invested some points into Plague of Rust, which will come in handy, because we can overcast that for negative 60 armor for a while, which will cut these guys basically in half. But for now, we're trying to throw our missile units, our javelins and axes, into these Marauder Horsemen, get rid of the range as soon as possible. Unfortunately, these guys just barely out of range still. But we're holding up okay on this side. We've built some of the barriers to try to give us some extra leadership and melee defense. Chaos Warhounds coming in quick with their extra speed. The Chaos Spawn and the Marauders going to take a while to get here. But Marauders will hold up pretty well. These are the Worshippers of the Crow, so they're Regiment of Renown. Marauder, great weapons. So, Axis, the Swarm of Flies, reducing that melee attack in the Warhounds is actually very, very nice. Along with immune to contact effects. And some extra help from the Mark of Miracle. But they're trying to deal damage to my Great Shaman. We have thrown down an overcast Plague of Rust on the Aspiring Champions. We're trying to target them down now with the Throwing Axes, the Shield Breaker, so that our Javelins can also do some more damage. They're actually doing okay. We got 17 more seconds of that reduced armor, and they're having trouble actually getting close to us because they're getting locked up in their own guys. But Bearmen gonna be holding the brunt of the front lines up here. We have some more javelins ready to throw into these Chaos Trolls. And the Chaos Lord is around here somewhere, supporting his units and their leadership, along with those Pink Horrors in the back. But we'll start throwing down some Searing Dooms over here. Marauder Berserkers finally getting into the fray. Start building up that Berserk, that melee attack and physical resist. On the side, the Worshippers of the Crow. I actually didn't realize they were the unit out there getting attacked by the direwolves, so we pulled them back. Just to try to get some support from the Bearmen. Not lose these guys, but they're Regiment of Renown, so I'm actually okay with them losing more models since it's not going to be around permanently. Aspiring Champions getting into melee. No more Plague of Rust, but they are very heavily damaged. We're starting to bring over some Berserkers real fast. They'll do pretty well against that with their bonuses infantry. They don't have a whole lot of armor piercing, but it will be enough to slowly grind them down on this front. Marauder Horsemen. Another Marauders pushing in. I didn't quite realize they're coming on the side, so I'll bring some guys over to support in just a little bit. On this front, though, we scared off the Trolls for a little bit, but they're coming back. Yeah. Chaos Lord right there, leading the attack. Marauder Bearmen and Spears. And our Berserkers now. Hopefully give me enough to take these guys out. Big Searing Doom from us, though. Big old clump right there. Trying to avoid our own guys.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah, Marauder Berserkers doing well. Aspiring champions, even with 50 melee defense, they're going down over time. On this side, Chaos Sorcerer Lord coming in, Lord of Death, so no real threat to us actually, unless he wants to Spirit Leech our guys. And another Searing Doom right there. Chaos Trolls coming in fresh though, along with some more units. We've worn them down quite a bit. We brought some units up here to try to get some early damage onto these Spawn of Zinch, but they actually caught us in melee a little bit, so got a little bit of damage on our Riders of the Mighty Serpent. But over here, the Chaos Lord has been abandoned by all of his units, so we're just letting these Berserkers just grind him down. Spawn of Zinch, though, they can be pretty nasty. They do lots of damage, especially to stuff that has little amounts of armor. They will absolutely shred. So we're trying to get some support with some javelins up here in a little bit. They're on their way. Hopefully use those anti-large missiles, take them out. Searing Doom does quite a bit of damage to these Marauder Horsemen and the Marauders coming in. But this side has basically been won for us. We have these pink cores that are still holding out. We use the Beast of Tashnar and try to charge them, just keep them from shooting for a little bit. But Marauder Berserkers are chasing the guys down. Over here, units have rallied, coming back to support Chaos Lord. But with our javelins now coming in, and the throwing axes from our Marauder Horsemen, just focusing on these trolls, and Spawn of Zinch will do some pretty good damage. But our guys are holding the line very well. I'm very glad we could get this point up for the extra leadership, just to make sure we fight to the death, basically. Marauder Berserkers now getting out of control, rampaging. We have absolutely no chance to win against Spawn of Zinch and Chaos Trolls in melee, so well, we will, just very slowly. But we're really going to try to get all those missiles in and do some damage. Spirit Leech from the enemy lord coming down on ours while we drop a Searing Doom in response. Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He is holding up okay. The Chaos Lord on this side, though, has broken. But we'll be trying to finish him off. Victory is pretty close on this side. Beast of Tashnar went in for another charge. That bonus is large, not going to help in this case, but we'll do enough damage with some support coming in from our Marauder Horsemen to get some range damage in. Hopefully get these guys low enough where they'll start crumbling pretty soon. Leadership is still holding up quite a bit from that momentum from the other points they've captured around the map. And a Spirit Leech coming down on our Lord. But the Spawn of Zinch are finally starting to fall. They still have a lot of models left, but they've lost a lot of HP, so they'll drop like flies pretty soon from all this focus fire. I think we've actually got the victory on everything else. We're just waiting for the Spawn to die since they are unbreakable. But victory's ours, a little bit at a time. Spawn of Zinch can go down, and we have defended our capital. Yeah. The javelins and the other Marauder Hunters with the throwing axes, they were really good in that. They did tons of damage to the aspiring champions. Yeah, take the heal so we can chase and finish off some of these guys, hopefully. Wait, so why did our rating income go down over here? I don't understand. I'm just gonna make sure they're not going towards a war declaration, wiping out my army right here. Okay, we can get Marauder champions now. Sweet. Let's get metal shifting and glittering robe. Glittering robe is actually decent in Norsca since we have a lot of lower armor stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have you go out and raid over here. It feels like our raiding income is super low.
You are nothing to me.
Can I just put a lord over here to push into these? You're free, but we get you back in 3 turns. Another great trait.
Great shame, sorcerer.
Some Marauder champions. They'll meet up with Sal eventually. And our army's healed up quite a bit. We'll take back Bloodwine Keep. My goodness, these stupid siege battles.
Great shaver, sorcerer.
Broken Mount's probably safe. We'll spend some money to upgrade that. What do we get? This is higher. We get slightly more control, 50 more income a turn, more spoils per turn. Sure, why not? Oh, it costs growth surplus to do that. That's why we couldn't do it in the other places yet. I really don't want to fight that battle. So we're just going to occupy it. This is a capital, so I do want to occupy it. I don't want to put an altar here.
Harbinger of war. Follow me to glory.
And just get some more basic marauders. I think we're okay without them, actually.
I know things none more resourceful. What now?
Maybe we'll get some for you, though.
Whisper of patience. Great shame.
Yep, get Route Marcher. And we'll get bonuses for marauders. Frog in my throat.
Have borne fruit.
We still have this monster hunt, too. Get the control and growth going. Sale level 17. Yep, spoils, more sacking income.
A surefire improvement.
Village, you put a big kink in my plans for a while.
I always get my way.
Of course, war deck. Oh, no. Okay, gift. Yeah, I can't worry about Grimgor right now, so I'm going to pay him off. Plus, I want to go south. I don't want to go more into the Mountains of Morn. Oh, he besieged us. And so we should get the victory there. Surprised he attacked. Let's just see how much experience he gets. See if we can get him to another level. Yes. Let's get level 5. No, just barely not enough still. Okay, technology. We're still going on the monster hunt stuff.
Dark Seal. Speak.
Yeah, we're just gonna come raid. Hopefully I have enough movement range to actually make it here. Okay, I can if I go into raiding stance. I don't have enough for raiding camp. So unfortunately we're not gonna get the healing. But yeah, he'll take these 2 units and take out Desolation Ridge.
What?
240 more. I think we'll have just enough actually with this.
BEORG's ascent.
No, that's two. It's 2:30. We're gonna be 10 short. Oh no, we have this guy over here. Yes, this should be our last turn of raiding to get BEARSTRUCK. Super happy to have that finally. Yeah, it just feels like our raiding income is so low, but maybe it's because we're in like Norscan territory and the Chaos Waste where they don't make a lot of money.
I've seen who you surround yourself.
Peace treaty? Nope. We still need, I think, one more Chaos Altar to get our next leg of the Dark Ritual unlocked. Yes! Finally, and we get some more money from that too. Let's check out BEARSTRUCK. I knew he's like a beast in combat. Super tanky. 90 armor regeneration. He has a 40% ward save for 22 seconds on an item. Murderous Charge. Frenzy. Guardian. Physical resist. Spell resist. Into psychology. And he gives our guy... Ooh, man. This is awesome. So what do his points actually do? Replenish movement range after winning a battle. That's very good. Thrill of battle. It's melee defense after spending time in melee. Bonuses for Bearmen. Awesome. Giving them Frenzy is really, really good. Fear, Vanguard deployment, charge bonus, Glorious Charge. Okay, Warcry. This is a good one. Oh no, that's not the one I was thinking of. Oh no, it is the one. Warcry. So this one, it's not an ability that you have to actually click. It goes off by itself when you're charging. It just has a cooldown of 45 seconds. That's going to be really, really cool. It's a big buff. And Rattled Effect, along with more 30% more hit points. Holy crap, this guy's going to be a freaking beast.
Savage Marauder.
Let's take the Foundry of Bones. Bring in everything to get experience, though.
Norsca. All right, I'll join. I triumph where Skokain faltered.
Yeah, we'll have this guy just stick around for one battle, just to get some extra experience, and then we'll transfer some of his units over.
Conduit for the BEORG.
Outer Spearman, I'm okay losing that. Chaos Altar. So we got Book of Asher, very good quest item. So now we need to win a battle to unlock our next tier of manipulations against the Empire. Okay.
Of war. Strength through war.
Yeah, let's
I will.
BEARSTRUCK's going to be in this army, so that's where we want all of our Bearmen to be. We don't really have a lot of anti-large, so let's take some javelins. I'm just going to use some of the Bearmen that are a little bit more damaged. And I'd like a little bit more mobility, actually. We'll just take one of them. And... then you are going to consolidate this army as well. We want to keep you around since you're higher level. Oh, no, wrong one. Go to this guy. Yep, there we go.
Born of winter. Servant of the dark gods.
Sail. So we unlock this at rank 12 to get all your boosts for Bearmen. Do we have something else doing training? No, we don't. So let's do that. To boost our experience gain. Garrison here. Oh, they actually built a garrison upgrade.
Dark
So we're not going to be able to take it without more stuff.
wielder.
Bloodthirsty.
Alright, I'm just going to have you deposit your spoils since we don't need you to raid anymore.
Yes. I am in agreement. I see.
Let's get some more basic units.
Fight our enemies.
Let's get some miss units so we can get Famir now. Oh, and we can get a Famir Noble. Let's do that. I know we won't get the bonus recruit rank from Cell, but I think that's... Is that local or is that faction-wide? It is faction-wide. Okay, we actually need one more point. I might... yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait and try to get him next turn.
Wielder of winds.
Rid of the swamp, melee attack, and weapon strength. He has more weapon strength, is amazing.
Foremost shaman.
Hit by movement range and casualty replenishment. Yes,
Dark
please.
seer.
Alright, I'm going to get rid of these regiments over now.
They must
Because they're
live
expensive
on
and we don't need them.
annihilation or suffer it.
I'll get rid of you two. You're only 147 a turn.
I concur.
Alright, can we start making some money over here? Income from sacking. Let's do the growth and income. Rotting stone, load that up. Okay. Yeah, the Red Fortress. Probably gonna be a pain to take because it's by now it's probably at least tier 3, maybe tier 4. Probably not tier 4. But he might have a garrison upgrade there as well, which would just be even worse. Your hunt is, of course, preordained success. They have no doubt others have not been similarly blessed or well prepared. So we... This is for our other lord up here. We could get him... Oh, he's not wounded. He's just damaged. This would give us the item, but the army would take -4 leadership. Let's just give him damage. How much health does he lose? Well, it takes a lot of damage, actually. Just want to get this out of the way. I don't want to raise an altar here, because this is our province, our main province. Let's get this so we can start getting some skin wolves and stuff. Alright, I can't actually make it here in a single turn. Ooh, I want to come close enough to where I can raid, actually. That should give me enough income over the intern. Now we're making some moolah.
We are not a mindless horde.
Forward, my minions. Do what you do best.
Don't know if we're actually in range of one another. Because of that, I'm actually going to put you in normal raiding stance. You're not going to get the heal, but now I know for sure that you'll be close enough to support one another. Manipulations are still kind of high. I don't really need the vision right now, or this other stuff, so we can wait.
What now?
Give you the extra growth here. They'll come down and take Dragon's Crossroad. And
See the other side.
this will take 3 turns to come into effect. So it's not worth spending the money right now. This one's cheap though. And we have the province bonus again. Let's go for growth, I guess. Reduce construction costs.
Divide and conquer.
Okay, once we take out Village and his Norscan vassal, we can finally go where we want to into Cathay. We'll have to get through the Great Bastion though. He, of course, is going to retreat. It's been a couple of turns, so Village actually might be back by now.
War is the journey and the destination.
Shaman sorcerer. Victory is assured.
Village back. Village is back. Ooh, actually, before I make an attack, we might be able to force a field battle here. Yeah, the garrison is pretty strong. 3 Chaos Warriors, Exalted Champion, 1 Chaos Warrior with Halberds, 2 Armored Chaos Trolls. I think we would like to fight this in a field battle.
We ravage.
He's not close enough, unfortunately, to get the bonuses from raiding camp.
But unbound.
Wind wield.
3. Oh, we're not making enough money right now. Crap. I forgot, we lost part of our raiding income. Oh, I guess we'll have enough movement range to make the attack. But this episode's already gone on long enough. I just wanted to get BEARSTRUCK, which we have done. So we'll pick it up in episode 5. Yes, episode 5. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I'm Warhammer, and I'll see you then.